All right, we're live with Hugging Face in Rust. Many people may not be aware of the fact that you can, in fact, use Hugging Face, one of the most popular uh, uh, LLM hosting systems with Rust. And in fact, there's a really cool package called Rust-Bert that I'm going to play around with today here. And it's been pretty well updated, actually. And you can see some of the things you can do, like translation. You also can do Q&A, those kinds of things. Uh, and in fact, you can see all the different steps here on how to do things. Now, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the repo real quick and just check it out and take a look at this. We see that it's got some good examples here, and in fact, maybe like question answering um, could be a good one to play around with here. In fact, let's go ahead and try that. So I'm going to go over to here and I'm going to make a new one. Let's go ahead and go up here, and we can basically do cargo new HF. We'll call this HF QA. Answer. Let's CD into there. And what I would want to do here is use the latest stuff. So we'll throw this inside of there. And let's go to here. Cargo. Okay. Now, the other one that would potentially be cool is to add some options, maybe by using a command line tool library, which I think we can do by doing something like this, adding the clap parser here. Let's just have too many things open. Let's get rid of all of these. Get rid of these and get rid of this. So we'll go to the main file and let's just put this up here. Parser to do a question and answer with Hugging Face. Okay, and we'll call this question answer and answer with Hugging Face. And I think we would just say question. Let's double check the docs here for it. So we would want to have a question and the context. So let's try that. So we have a question. We'll call this Q name, and then we also want to do a context to be a string. Looks pretty good. And then in terms of the cargo file, we would also want to do, we don't want that. We would want something like this, like that. So cargo file, clap version, features, that looks pretty good. And then we want to copy a file, or make file. So I'm going to go up to Marco Polo make file here. And this looks good. So it looks good. So we can just say make. Well, we don't have the Hugging Face stuff in here yet. So we need to swap this out for and we need to actually import Hugging Face. So I'm going to go over to their examples here, and let's look at Q&A, question answering. So here's the easy one. which is Rust-Bert pipelines. So we could probably get a lot of this copied. So we could just maybe even cut and paste this and maybe put it into this file. Let's see here. Let's do that. And we'll put this stuff up top here. That's, and looks like anyhow, I think needs to be installed here. So anyhow, there we go. And then in terms of this, we can call this maybe logic set question answering model. And for the strings, question 1, get the answers. Let's go back to the docs real quick. And let's look at the real simple one he's got here, which is this. We want something really tiny here. So let's do something like this. So QA model. Now we would want to pass this into something that will accept a Q name and a context. We can say, yeah, Q. Well, there we go. And this would be, in fact, from Q name. And this would be the context. There we go. And then we would just return back. I guess we could print it out. Sure. Okay. Now we would wire this together with a parser. I think this might just work. So let's lint it and go from there. So if we look at what's happening, because of the dependencies and all these things, it can be pretty big, right? We see, and we can even look at what's happening. The build script, the Torch build script is just a monster. This is what can take a long time. So if I globally installed PyTorch, that could actually be a pretty cool solution, which is interesting actually. If I globally installed PyTorch into this GitHub code spaces, that actually could be pretty cool. But we can go back here and take a look at it. Cargo Clippy is still going. Now I'm curious, if I asked ChatGPT, if I said, how do I build a Rust binary that includes PyTorch libraries so it can run anywhere. See what it says. So we can do two things at the same time. We can ask ChatGPT if it'll help us out. And I'm also going to watch what's going on here. Uh-oh, we have some warnings, which is what we want. That's consider removing string from. Oh, I guess it's already a string. Let question equal QName. Huh, that's pretty cool. Great point. Why do we want to do that? The compiler is our friend. Oh, and the linter is our friend. We say it's a cargo run dash 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 help. Now it's going to compile. So while it's compiling, we can see to build a Rust binary that includes PyTorch libraries so it can run anywhere, you will need to link the required library statically, ensuring that the binary does not depend on the systems installed. Here's a step-by-step guide how to do it. Whoa, this is awesome. CD into, add that to your cargo file. Whoa. So I'm going to try this actually. This is pretty amazing. Man, Chat GPT-4 is basically like my mentor. This is amazing. Build PyTorch from source. To link PyTorch statically, you'll need to build PyTorch from source. You can, okay. While building, well, I need to keep going. Keep going. Yeah, well, so let's go back here. Okay, so we do have a command that works. And then we're going to say question, ask question. There we go. Now, since I'm in here, I might as well add a nice little README for people if they want to copy what I'm doing. We can just tell them they can see the output like this. README, where's the README? There we go. Right, we can do. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do dash Q would be what is my name? And the context will say I am a robot in the future. Now it's going to download the models, which is pretty interesting. What is my name? Robot. Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. And so I'll give people an example of it working. This. Okay, so that was pretty cool. Now, it does actually raise the interesting question. So if I want to instead just run /target debug HFQA, does that work? See, it's got that SO problem. That's really the issue that is in that's the one I would love to solve. And this is supposedly like showing me how to do it. So it says to build PyTorch from source, link the binary statically. Okay, so while building PyTorch, make sure to enable static linking by using the static dispatch and build shared libraries option to on. Okay, compile Rust code with PyTorch static libraries. fn main. Wow, if this actually works, this looks interesting. I could put I'm going to put these notes here as a potential solution, and I can say like action items here. Again, we have a working tool, right? If I go through here, what is my name, or what is my profession? I am a programmer. I'm a tech worker. I live in the year 2030, and I get paid well. Answer, I get paid well. That's not that great of a question. I live in the year 2030. Context. Well, so action items is potential solution for static linking. Some of these notes here, which would be while building PyTorch, use the following CMake options. Let's do that. Let's put this in there. Okay, and then the other one, and compile your Rust code with PyTorch static bindings. And then see if this would work best. And then update your source code to use the PyTorch library. Add some code to test the PyTorch. Oh, I see. And then test it. Yeah. So at a later date, I might try this. Looks like an interesting approach. But I did get something working with PyTorch and Rust. But I would like to in the future see if I could actually do static linking so that the binary would be distributable. So that'll be a good action item. That's good for today. Thanks for everybody that paid attention.